Hello Philippines, mabuhay to all my kababayans, especially to my supporters, likers, and subscribers there in the Philippines, and to my supportive viewers, likers, and subscribers who are OFWs working in different continents of the world. Special mention too to our hard laborers in the Middle East, our factory workers, and our seafarers or sea merchants working in different parts of the world. Welcome to all of you and hope you are in good health and in good spirits. So we're going to discuss about the risk factors that could lead to a fall to an elderly person. Remember, in an elderly person could fall not only because of one factor. It's a multi-factor or a combination of factors. It could be from a poor balance or poor coordination or poor fitting shoes or improper fitting shoes or shoe concerns. So those are examples of multifactorial uh, influencers that could lead the that could lead to a fall on an elderly to an elderly person. So here are the risk factors for falls in the elderly. Number one would be advancing age. Number two, poor balance or poor coordination or impaired balance or impaired coordination. Difficulty walking, the use of multiple medications, or we call it polypharmacy. Number five would be visual impairment, followed by hearing impairments or hearing issues or problems. Number seven would be improper fitting shoes or poor footwear or other shoe concerns. And the last one would be the environmental hazard or unsafe home environment. So we're going to focus first on the first two, advancing age and poor or impaired balance or coordination. Advancing age. Well, as we all know, we couldn't stop our age. We couldn't stop our aging process. So once we hit 60 years old, especially in the Philippines and here in America, if you hit like 65 years old, you'll be classified as on the senior category or an older adult category. So the risk of fall is very high. And then as you age farther, like reaching 80 plus or 90 plus, it doubles or triples. Your risk of falling gets so high and high. So that's why it's very good that we're going to be careful. We need to use supports or walking supports such as cane, crutches, or walker so that it could support us as we walk or as we manage ourselves in our home. The second would be the poor or impaired balance or impaired coordination. Well, this goes together. Balance and coordination, they go together. Because if you have poor coordination, that could affect your balance. Because in order for you to function independently and safely, you need to have a good balance and coordination. So if you have like problems with with balance, especially if you have like a stroke that affected your cerebellum, this part of the brain that controls your coordinated movement or uh, your movement as a whole. You know, if it's affected from the injury, from a stroke or traumatic brain injury, you could be a risk for falls. Unimpaired balance too can be from like any existing or pre-existing problem, especially if you have like an inner ear problem. I'm not talking part just the inner part of the earlobe, but what I meant is the center for equilibrium. We call it in medical term as the inner ear. So that controls the equilibrium. your perception or your balance. Because like if you have like issues with it, example, you are standing, an elder person, if you're gonna ask them, okay, stand straight, there's no problem with balance. But once you ask that person to close the eyes, swaying is inevitable. It could be side to side, front and back, or a combination of movements. So it's very risky. They're very high risk to have falls. So that's it for now. I'm going to give to you the others, maybe the next two on my next blog. Hope you have learned something tonight. Thank you so much. And if you have any comments, please feel free. If you have any question or concerns, please feel free to comment. I would really appreciate it because that's what I've said. I want to grow, I want to learn more, and I want to be effective as much as I can. All right, thank you so much and have a good night. See you next time. Bye.